Good morning, everyone. Nice to see you all here today. My name is Kirill. I'm going to be hosting this webinar for you. And I guess we'll give it extra like 5 minutes, something like this, before we actually start, because it's Dubai. People are usually fashionably late to events like this. I can see that quite a lot of you guys are already here, and I hope more people will be joining in upcoming minutes. Um Again, thank you all for coming. It's very nice to see that people are interested in what we have to say. While we have this couple of minutes before we jump to the actual webinar content, I would actually like you guys to share some information about your expectations from this event, because obviously you all came here for something, expecting to learn something important, something new for yourself. Otherwise, you wouldn't be spending your time on this event. And I'm really interested to get your opinion on what that is. I could maybe adjust a little bit my speech to give you all the answers that you came for. Yeah, by the way, I think it's a good chance to give you some insights on how to use this platform. So on your right-hand side, you should have like a chat open or a button that allows you to start chat and open the chat window. So if you want to share something or text me something or ask a question, you can use that chat option there. Also, in addition to that, our event will have like a Q&A session after the part where I showcase something on the screen in the presentation. And there is an additional button. It should be called questions. Can you see it? Because we will not be interrupting the presentation itself for questions, but I will be asking, I will be answering questions after I'm done with the presentation, and you can definitely go to the question section and click the Ask the Question button. After that, the system will allow you to log in the question that I will be going through during the Q&A session today. So let's start, I guess, because we gave people extra 5 minutes to join in, and I guess we can proceed. So the main topic of today's event is the AI-powered call insights, as you can see on the screen right now. It's basically a way to never miss high-value leads that you are getting, and to make sure that these leads are being processed well and efficiently by your employees. Before I actually get to the solution demonstration and showcase parts of the tool, I just wanted to give you a brief idea about the team that's working on this project. So basically, there's me. My name is Kirill. As I previously stated, I'm in charge of the department here at Colgear that works with our existing customers. Also on the team, we got Anna. She's the business development manager. And if you are going to be interested in the solution I'm going to tell about today, Anna and Alex are going to be the ones who are in touch with you about the solution, who is going to give the presentation, the personal presentation, I mean. And after that, you can start actually using the solution. So this is the team that works on the project. In addition to that, just a couple of words about the company itself. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Colgear company. Quite a lot of people here in the UAE already know about us. We've been here for more than 5 years now, and we have more than 1,000 clients. Around 200 plus of them are from the real estate industry, and here is actually some clients that we work with. Our company provides different kinds of solutions. Actually, we provide virtual telephony, we provide text communication management solution to automate chatting via WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram, and some other communication sources as well. And in addition to that, we also started providing AI solutions quite recently to make sure that these communication tools are actually being beneficial and they're bringing actual business benefits to the table. So this is the brief part about us. And first of all, what I wanted to start the actual presentations with is the challenges that people face while they are working with leads. So first thing is, if you have a quality control procedure or a quality control department, you definitely have to waste a lot of time on listening to calls. And most of these calls don't give you any insights. Actually, these are like regular conversations without something extraordinarily good or bad happening in those, and you're just wasting your time. So in addition to that, it's very complicated to go through all the communications that you have in your company with clients. And this leads to missing important parts. So you can spend your time on listening to unimportant calls that have no insight. And in addition to that, you can miss the calls that actually have some important data that can help you change something, adjust some communication strategies to make sure that you're getting higher conversions from leads to close deals or prospects and so on and so forth. So these are the main problems that people actually face with quality assurance, and the full scale quality assurance that covers every lead is actually too expensive to maintain, because you have to have too many people on the quality assurance team to do that. And this is quite excessive, I would say, in regard to the amount of money you have to spend on salaries and visas and all that stuff. So in order to fix these issues, we came up with an AI-powered solution, because AI is developing quite fast and is getting better and better day after day. So we are already sure that AI is perfectly capable to work with quality assurance tasks. So what we came up with here. So we developed a solution that automatically processes your conversations with leads and gives the assessment of how well these conversations went and how good the leads actually were in the first place. So how it works step by step. First of all, a lead comes in, your agent or your employee calls back or accepts an inbound call from a client. After the call is done, the system automatically transcribes it and analyzes it with the help of AI to find some insights. First step, what it does, it assigns tags, for example, good lead or bad lead based on your custom criteria. So if you are into lead generation, you definitely understand the the value of really good leads that actually uh, check all the criteria on your list for the lead to be considered good. So the system can use your custom criteria. I don't know, for example, it might be a customer who has a budget over $300,000 and is looking for an apartment in Palm Jumeirah. It might be a person who has clear intent to purchase within next 3 6 months. This depends on your criteria for the lead to be considered good, and you can give the system your own rules for good or bad lead evaluation. After the system decides whether the lead was actually good or bad, it automatically evaluates agent performance. So it flags all the negative signals about um, agent actions, like for example, if the client gave some negative feedback, if your agent argued with the customer, or maybe if the agent discussed some uh, discounts before giving all the information about the benefits that you guys have to offer. The system can analyze all that, and as a result, it assigns a score for every call. It's a 10-point scale that gives you an idea about how well the conversation went in general. So all the calls are added to a report, and you can use that report for a detailed review about how agents actually work with your incoming leads. So, in addition to that, if there are some issues in some calls, like for example, negative feedback, and the system detects it, it can automatically alert you about such instances via messengers or via email. Uh, Also, all the data that the system is gathering can be sent directly to the CRM system. So we have open API, and we can connect to any CRM system you have, basically, and we can send the data about the calls to your CRM automatically. So you have this information on your client's card instead of going to some external tool to monitor and check the data every time. First of all, after you guys have a basic idea of what this solution actually does, I would like to show you a brief example of how one of our clients uses the solution. I'll show you some real examples. And after that, I can actually demonstrate my screen and show you the solution itself, because we are using it internally for our own sales team to manage their efficiency and performance. And I can actually show you some insights and some ideas on how you could use a solution like this in your operations based on the data about communications of our potential customers with our salespeople here at Quality. So let's start with the case study part. First of all, I will tell you the high-level task that this particular client had for the solution. So the task was to identify high-value clients that were not qualified properly. Just for your information, it's a real estate agency. And if you guys are in the real estate industry, you definitely know that getting high value clients is it's not like it doesn't happen every day. Not every lead you generate is a high value customer that has actually good potential. And if such clients come in, the most important thing is to understand that this particular client was handled properly, was handled by the right agent, and there is a potential of actually closing a deal with such customer. So the client wanted to identify all high value customers that were not qualified properly. And due to high volumes of calls, it was impossible for them to track that manually. They have like a couple of employees who listen to calls every day, but as I've stated earlier, it's very complicated to listen to all the calls that you have. And that's why they were worried that they are missing clients who actually um, have the highest potential of being closed. And that's why they decided to implement the solution. So how it basically works. As I previously stated, the system can use your custom criteria to flag particular calls with particular tags. So, for example, here, this client considers a customer that states a budget over $500,000 or equivalent in some different currency of the same amount of money to be a high value customer. So we created a tag, budget 500K plus, that automatically detects customers that state their budget being over 500,000 for purchasing an apartment. And in addition to that, our system is able to automatically track the lead qualification efficiency and the call scenario adherence. So they had like around 10 information types they needed to receive during the initial call with the customer to be able to offer them the right lot to consider. So, for example, it can be something like the property for the purchase. Is it an investment or buying a property to live in? Is it are they looking for off-plan or secondary market? What do they want from the property amenities wise? Do they need transport availability, parking spaces, and so on and so forth? So there were like some 10 questions the customer needed to answer in order for the agent to be able to come up with the right lot to consider. And here, the system automatically tracks the scenario percent completion and assigns the scenario status. If the agent gets less than 70% of all the information, the system flags it as unsuccessful. And the combination of two conditions, scenario status and the presence of the tag indicating that there is a budget over 500,000, the system gives you a list of high value customers that were not properly qualified. And instead of listening to thousands of calls every day, you can listen to, I don't know, 5, 10, 20 calls. It's perfectly doable. And you can do it even without the separate team and dedicated employees who listen to calls. So in addition to that, you can use the summary to get the idea about what's going on in a particular call. So for example, here we have a report and one of the calls now shows the summary. So here you can see that the customer was looking for a house, and there's a particular lot they're considering. It costs 580,000 euro, and the client wants a house with 2 bedrooms, and operator did not provide full information about the lot and didn't clarify all the details required. So here you can understand that the client has a particular requirement for what they're looking for, and the operator didn't do their job well, and that's the reason for actually diving a little bit deeper into this conversation, you can check out the actual recording and understand what actually led to such performance. Maybe the client was maybe unresponsive and didn't want to provide this information. Maybe the operator didn't try to ask these questions. This can be identified further on by diving a little bit deeper into the situation. But here the system clearly indicates you what went wrong, and you can understand if you are really interested in listening to this call, or maybe if you don't need to listen to this call. This also an opportunity. So at this point, this is like the demonstration of one of potential applications of the solution. And before we move on to questions, I would like to show you how exactly this looks, because here in the presentation, you can see some designed layouts. It's not how the solution actually looks. And I just wanted to show it to you so you can understand that it's real, it's working, and give you some examples of how we use the solution at CallGear with our own data. So I switched to screen demonstrations. To screen demonstration, I hope you all can see my screen now. And this is basically what you see on the screen right now is the main report that our system presents to users. So here you can see the list of the calls. There is some basic information like the date and time of the call, the number of the customer, talk duration, the employee who handled the call. And after that, the AI part about of this solution starts. First of all, here you can see the summary. As you can see here, the summary is divided into parts, and it gives you the information about the interaction main topic. It gives you information about the interaction outcome, interaction type, and interaction summary. So here you can clearly see that this is a new lead processing. You can understand what is the outcome of the call, and you can understand what is the topic. Here in the interaction summary, the system will give you the most important information it gathered from the conversation itself. So if something negative happened, the system will highlight it here in the interaction summary. If this was a good conversation, the system will also give you that information here in the summary. In addition to this summary, here you can see the scenario status. Now you already understand what that is due to the previous example. So here is the scenario percent completion score, and here is like 58%. We have a threshold of 70%. So this scenario status is unsuccessful. And here we have a call with a successful scenario with 86% completion. And as you can see here, on the right, the system actually assigned several tags to every call. Just 1 second. It seems like I have some internet connection problem or something. Let me relog in. So yeah, probably had some internet connection glitch. So where were we actually? I think we reached the tags part. So yeah, here you can see that the system actually assigned different tags to different calls, and it also gave the communication score. So here, for example, you can see that some calls have a high score, like 7.8, 6.3. Some calls have lower score, and the system can give you the idea about like why it decided to assign poor scores. Like for example, here, first of all, not all the qualification criteria were met. In addition to that, there were understandability issues, meaning that the client asked to repeat things, to explain again. Also, speech speed didn't match. Also, there were interruptions and times with silences without like anything happening. That's why the system assigned a poor communication score here. So what I wanted to show you here is the idea about how to use the system. First of all, here we have our calls from June. And as you can see here down below, in June, we had 688 calls with potential customers. So would I, as a person, be able to listen to 688 calls? Of course not. And if I tried to, I would probably start from top to bottom, going through calls one by one. And there is very low probability that I would actually come across something important while doing so. That's why here we can use actual filters. For example, let's take the same case that I demonstrated before, locating unqualified good leads. So here I have a preset. I can just click one button and the system will filter out the calls that I should be actually interested in. So here, instead of 600 calls, I now have only 65 calls. And these calls are the ones that have a tag good lead, that have an unsuccessful scenario status. And this number of calls, I can actually go through. I can listen to all of them myself. I can listen to part of them myself. And this will definitely give me an idea about why good leads are not being fully qualified by the employees. And that's one of the presets that our sales team manager actually uses to make sure that our team works efficiently with different kinds of leads. Also, previously, I mentioned that sometimes clients state something negative. They are unsatisfied with how the salesperson works with them. They might be unsatisfied with pricing, with forgotten arrangements, with something. They might be unsatisfied with something and they might give some negative feedback to the employee during the call. And it's very important to track such instances because this negative feedback can actually help you change something and make your operations more efficient. So here I also have a predefined filter set with good leads with negative feedback. So if I click this, I will just see all the calls that were marked good leads, and in the same time, they have a negative feedback tag here. So only 5 calls throughout the whole month I have with negative feedback. But each negative feedback like this might be very important because it's coming from a good lead, and I could probably adjust something in the communication strategy in order to fix this issue. Also, if 5 clients express negative feedback, it means that, I don't know, 10, 20 clients actually had negative experience but decided not to state it because they were like polite, respectful, and so on and so forth. So it's very important to understand what went wrong. And here I can actually dive deeper into the conversation and see what's going on inside, so I could understand what actually led to such a negative experience. What else I wanted to show you? As managers, you are probably interested about the overall picture, overall situation. So we have dashboards here that provides summarized data about something. So for example, here I can select again the data about June. And here I can see the statistics about AI tags being assigned to different calls. So what I can see here, I can see the list of employees and the percentage rates of different tags being assigned to them. So for example, here, let's try to understand how well our marketing works. I can see that good lead tag is being assigned in 92% of cases. And this tells me that our marketing team actually works quite well. In addition to that, I can see that distribution of good lead is quite even across different employees. So also I don't have to worry about the lead distribution procedure. Also, I can check some other tags and see what else important I can get from the system. For example, here I can see that average negative feedback score is 3%. And here I can see a guy who has 14% negative feedback rate against 3% on average. Obviously, something is going wrong here. And I can go back to the main report. I can filter out all the calls that this guy made, and I can get an idea what leads to him getting more negative feedback than his colleague. Also, in addition to that, I can see some other important information here. I can see who discusses discounts more often. I can see that some people don't discuss and don't give discount offers at all. Some people do that rarely. On average, in 3% of cases, people offer some kind of discount, but some people have higher scores, and I can also go back to the list of calls and try to understand what's going on, what leads to that. Is it right to do so? Is it wrong to do so? And based on that information, I can work on the efficiency of the sales team. Same goes for scenario adherence. So here I can also see the performance of the team in regard to different types of criteria I have for the call with new potential clients. So, for example, here we can also see some insights. I don't know, let's take the June calls as well. Okay, for example, this one. One of the criteria that we have is to understand the number of employees that our potential client has. And I can see that the average here is 53%, but I can also see that this guy gets 76% on average. So I can go to his calls, listen to them, and understand what is he doing right. Why is he so successful in reaching this particular criteria during the calls? And then like the sales manager can go and talk with the team and tell them how to do it better, so they could all start achieving 76% success rate for this particular point. So this is basically how the solution works. It gives you detailed insights about different types of calls you're having. It shows you the most crucial calls you really need to dive deeper into. And based on that, you save your time. You understand how to actually improve something in your sales team. And in addition to that, you can even skip going to the report every day, because we have automated notifications that can be sent directly to your messenger. And thanks to that, you will instantly know about every issue, every high value customer that comes in, and you will be able to make sure that this actually is being processed well by your sales team. So at this point, I actually showed what I wanted to show you today. And if you guys have any questions, anything you would like to discuss, we can spend a couple of minutes on that. So I will be just waiting for questions in the chat or in the questions poll. if you have any. While I'm waiting, I'm going to drink some tea. Yeah, okay, I can see the question from Rob asking about API connection to the CRM, if I can actually show it. So the API connection, it's quite complicated to demonstrate because it's basically a set of methods that can be used by the system. But just give me a brief moment. I have an idea about how could I showcase that. Just 1 second. Okay, I can also see the question from Mohammed Ashar, asking about using this solution in some other industries, for example, hospitals or otherwise. So yeah, the system can be used for any types of um, any industry, basically, because it is configurable and you give your own criteria for the call. So if you have a criteria for employees to follow, um, you can tell them to the system and it will track exactly that. So, for example, I believe the majority of the clients who currently use our solution is in real estate, because we have quite a lot of real estate clients here in the UAE. But also, I have clients from automotive industry. They are selling cars or providing service for cars. Also, some medical centers here in the UAE and also abroad. Um, yeah, but basically, some service providers also we have. So any type of clients can use this, and we, as Collier, we sell virtual telephony and stuff like this, like I just shown you. So the system also works for us. So yeah, it's perfectly tailorable for anything you might want to use it for, industry-wise. Um, pu- 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 pum. So yeah, Rob, you asked me to showcase the API connection to CRM. Unfortunately, I will not be able to show you the exact like interface with this data, because this is in client accounts and so on and so forth. But what I can see here is the configuration. Like, for example, you can use any type of CRM system, and you can send a post request and forward all the information you need. As for yeah, you can just send any type of request. And also, in addition to that, we have a very detailed API documentation for the solution. If you're interested, we can actually share all that with you. It can be working not only with post requests, but with API requests to get data. So yeah, it's pretty flexible. Some other questions. Uh, how long does it actually take to implement your solution and start seeing results? Yeah, good question. Thank you for that one. It takes approximately a week to implement initially, and after that, it takes approximately a month to actually get the result, because it's an AI, and knowing that, uh, you should understand that it will not be working perfectly right from the start. You will have to work with different types of phrasing for the system to explain it right. What do you mean by good lead? Yeah. And this process takes approximately a month. And by the end of the first month, you have the system that works for you and that scores calls according to your criteria, just as you expect it to work. During the implementation process, we fully support you on that journey. So we use our expertise to make sure that the system is properly prompted. And after that, we perform all the necessary checks to make sure that it gives you the right insights. Yeah, Mohammed, you asking if I sell it as agent. So I'm not an agent. I work at Colgear, and this is the product that was developed by Colgear. So I'm selling it as a Colgear employee. Will the system extract the data from the hospital and use this data to excel the progress, or can it be installed in a separate system and code it from zero? I don't quite get the question, actually. So, yeah, I don't really understand that question. If you could please rephrase it, I would love to answer. In addition, maybe I could try to understand what it is about. If you mean whether you need to feed the data with some samples of calls and so on and so forth to make it work better. No, you don't, because it's being configured in a different way. I can actually show you how it looks like in just 1 second. I'll demonstrate my screen again. So yeah, here in the settings section, I have qualification call settings. And for example, I have the scenario general sales. This is how it's being configured. So first of all, here I can see, just 1 second. Yeah, so first of all, here I can see the list of criteria for the call to be considered successful. I'm just like describing in regular plain words to the system what it should do. So for example, first criteria, the client states the name of the company. The client states the number of agents that they have in the company, their current communication progress, primary requirement for call here. So here you can just explain what you want the employee to get from the client, or maybe what particular questions you would like employees to ask. And the system will automatically analyze the content of the conversation and match it with the criteria that you have here. So you don't actually have to feed any data to the system. You don't have to disclose some, I don't know, confidential stuff from previous conversations with customers to it for it to be working properly. And as for the tags, it actually works the same way. So, for example, the price discussion part, the operator tells the client how much does the solution cost. This triggers the price discussion tag assignation. Discount offer, the operator offers the client a discount. So you just explain in plain words to the system what you want it to track, and it does it. That's it. Will the system extract it? Yeah, okay. So you take care of the setup for us. I don't need any special knowledge because I don't have it. Yeah, yeah, you don't have to have any knowledge at all to configure the system, because we can help you with that. We know how to properly configure it, and in addition to that, I would like to also say that you definitely can configure the system yourself if you want. You can do any adjustments yourself. It doesn't require any development skills or something like this. It's an interface where you configure settings and go step by step. And it's actually quite an easy process. The only thing a person who is configuring it needs to understand is, is like how to communicate with AI for it to understand you. So, for example, if you have some experience working with ChatGPT, for example, or Claude or DeepSeek or any other LLM, you can actually configure the system yourself. So it's already programmed and doesn't require any data from the hospital. It will analyze according to the inputs. Yeah, Mohammed, you're perfectly correct. It's fully programmed. It does not require any data from your side. You just configure the settings. You connect it to calls, and it just works. That's it. Thanks so much for the question. I guess. Uh, Okay, if you have any questions, how can I contact your team? Yeah, this is this is a nice one. I'm the amazing host for getting important things. So here is the final slide of the presentation. Here you can see our contact details. Um, it's best. So yeah, you can first of all, the easiest way probably, you can just go to Colgear website and leave a request there. I will just send the URL to the chat now. Yeah, so here is our website, colgear.ae, and there you can just click on get a demo or give us a call. You will get to the sales team, and the sales team will help you to work to get the demo. They will discuss the solution with you. They will discuss all your personal requirements and so on and so forth. In addition to that, on the screen now, you can see Anna's email and my email. Please do not text me because I haven't checked my email for a very long time. I probably have around 5,000 unread emails. And frankly speaking, I'm not going to start checking it. But Anna is much more responsive, and she will definitely get back to you if you text her. But the best way, the easiest way, is to just send a request via the website. It will be much faster than texting any email. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mohammed, as well. It was very nice talking to you. I got some positive energy from you guys. You asked all nice questions. So thank you so much for coming today. I hope you will reach out to us to learn more about this solution, and have a great day ahead. Good luck to you all. Thank you for coming again. Bye bye.